Okay, so we got a brand new update on ChatGPT. So if you open the desktop web and also the mobile app version of ChatGPT, you'll see that at the very top, you can easily switch between the chat and the work mode on this platform. Now, the question becomes, what is the difference between the chat and the work mode on ChatGPT? Honestly, I have done some testings and I can tell you that there is little difference between these two modes in the platform. There is still a major difference, but for day-to-day use, for most people, I would say there is very little differences and it's actually very confusing at the very end. But still, in this video, I'm going to try to explain what is ChatGPT Work, and we'll do some demo, and also later I will talk a bit about my biggest problem of this new work mode in ChatGPT. Now, I must clarify that the work mode that I'm going to talk about in this video is going to focus on the work mode that is the desktop web version and also the mobile app version of ChatGPT. They are basically the same. So I'm not talking about the work mode in the ChatGPT desktop app. It is different. It is actually something that quite similar fundamentally, but it runs on your computer, whereas the ChatGPT Work in the desktop web and the mobile app, they runs on the server. So that's perhaps one big difference between the desktop app and also the web browser and the mobile version. But anyway, now let's focus of answering the question, what is ChatGPT Work? So I'm not going to rehearse the things that OpenAI has said on the blog post on their announcement. Basically, after doing some testings of the work mode on ChatGPT, basically the work mode is just a computer. So the work mode is essentially just giving ChatGPT access to a computer, and for the rest of this video I'm going to call this computer sandbox or environment, but just so you know that I was referring to the same thing. It is just a place, it is an environment, it is a tool for AI to use. So just like any computer, AI can use it to run a program. AI can use it to execute some codes. AI can use it to simulate something. AI can use it to create something or download something. So those are some capabilities that now got unlocked because of the work mode. So it is actually quite similar in concept to OpenCloud from a few months ago. It is just AI that has access to a computer, and ChatGPT Work is no different. So yeah, it is just making the AI model to be even more powerful. So one example here is I asked AI. Actually, I talked about this on my previous video where I explained how you can add an audio transcription capability to ChatGPT using the work mode. And basically, we just tell ChatGPT to install an environment to download an AI model to create a system in that computer that lets the user to just upload an audio file into ChatGPT, and it's going to give the transcription based on the system that was created. So this is a really cool example, but it goes beyond that. So this is another cool example. In the work mode again, I'm asking ChatGPT to create an environment where the computer that it has access to can run an AI model. Yeah, that's quite strange. That's almost like the AI inception. I'm using a computer to tell AI to use its computer to run an AI model. Kind of strange, but basically it is a possibility. So I told it to install LFM 2.5, which is an open source AI model, just like Gemma, just like Qwen. And basically I can chat with that model. Now I cannot chat directly, but I can tell ChatGPT to pass my message to that model via its terminal. And yeah, as you can see here, I got the answer from that model, not from ChatGPT, but from the model that runs within ChatGPT. if that makes sense. And yeah, given that it is a small model, it doesn't pass the strawberry test. This is actually a simple test that trips lots of small AI models. So yeah, the model wasn't able to answer my question about the number of the letter R in the word strawberry. It answered my question that there are 2 R's, but in reality there are 3 R's in the word strawberry. So yeah, that's actually a sign that it is indeed a very small model, not something that has been answered by ChatGPT. So yeah, you can do it. Now, isn't that the regular chat mode can also execute some codes? It has an environment. Yes, that's true. In fact, here, let me give you one example. This is the regular chat mode in ChatGPT. I asked AI to create a PowerPoint document about the best open source large language models right now, and I got this nice looking document. Honestly, they look really good, and so does the one that I got from the work mode on ChatGPT. So I gave these 2 modes the same prompt, and I got more or less the same looking result. They look pretty because ChatGPT has access to an image model, so they look really good. These images are unique, and yeah, it's really good. In fact, the regular chat mode is a bit faster at 8 minutes and 56 seconds against the 11 minutes and 48 seconds from the work mode. But more or less, the result is a bit similar. So then, what's the point of using the work mode if many things can also be done in the regular chat mode? Well, that's definitely a legitimate question, and that's also something that makes people confused about this change on ChatGPT, because for a long time you can use the regular chat mode on ChatGPT to execute some codes. I've talked about how you can merge files, how you can combine files, convert files, analyze files, or basically do some coding using the environment, the execution sandbox in ChatGPT, and that's before we have this work mode in ChatGPT. So you can do that for a long time ago. But here there is one big difference. So let me just go back to that local AI model example. Here, this is in the work mode, and it's not exactly a nice user interface. I mean, there is no UI. I cannot access the model, unfortunately, but I can still at least know that the model is running within the sandbox, within the computer in ChatGPT Work. But when I ask the regular ChatGPT mode, here is actually my second attempt to run that model in its execution environment. And as you can see here it tells me that there is something going on, there is something wrong, like it cannot access the DNS, it cannot run the NPM, it cannot download something, it cannot do something, it cannot do that, it was blocked, it's missing something, etc, etc. So this is why we have a work mode. So I think one simple way to describe it is basically in the work mode, ChatGPT has access to a more powerful computer, more flexible environment, and it can do quite a lot of things. Whereas in the chat mode, the execution environment or the computer is, it's weak, it's small, it's not as capable. But that doesn't mean it's useless, because as you can see right here, it can generate a great document, a beautiful looking slide in the regular chat mode. So there is no point to always use the work mode. And I think the chat mode is also a lot faster, almost always faster than the work mode. But the work mode has more powerful system, more powerful computer, so it can do more things than the regular chat mode in ChatGPT. But still, it is a legitimate criticism on ChatGPT, like why don't we just have one mode and let AI to decide when to use the regular chat and when to use a more powerful working computer. So that is certainly making things to be a bit more confusing and complicated, and it's just adding more friction when someone new just want to use ChatGPT to do something. But perhaps OpenAI did this because they want to introduce something, they want to add more capabilities in the future, and perhaps they will add more powerful computer for AI to use. Who knows, but I think there is a good reason why they now have these two separate options in the platform. Now, if you want to use chat and work, it is the same. There is no difference. I mean, if you can chat with the work mode, you can brainstorm ideas with the work mode, and maybe it's just me, but you can also just switch to different models, and even you can access a faster inference if you need something quickly. Yeah, you can actually select this option, and you can also still access the plugins or connectors. You can select your projects. You can also use your memory. So it's still more or less the same. It's just not much different. So yeah, basically just use the chat mode normally, and if you stuck, maybe you can switch to a work mode, but the work mode is likely going to be more expensive because again, it is essentially an AI model running a computer, so it needs to create some terminal commands, it needs to think through before doing anything, so it's going to burn your credits a bit faster than the regular chat mode. But yeah, I'm still hoping that maybe we can just simplify this thing so we don't have to juggle between the two modes. But maybe again, OpenAI has a plan in the future for the work mode. So yeah, that's basically how you can use the ChatGPT Work on ChatGPT. So yeah, maybe we're still in the early stage, and hopefully we can see what's new very soon in this particular feature. Anyway, if you learned something from this video, then you can subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my next video.